Prem Svalomapati Mahadeva ki Jai. Everybody, let's all stand as we begin this evening with Arati and then opening mantras. Put your hands together, ladies, please cover your hair. As we get set to go into a wonderful discourse, let's turn our minds to the Lord as we wave that divine light and as we are about to listen to His discourse. Sajam cha varti sanyuktam grahina yojitam mayam deepam grihana devesham trailokya timirapaham. Easy arti, everybody. Help me sing tonight. Jai Jagadish Hare Swami Jai Bhakt Jano ke Sankat
Das Jano ke Sankat Chandra mein dur kare Om Jai Jagadish Hare Jagadish Hare.
Let's sing together, everybody.
Jagadish Hare Bhakt Jano ke Sankat Das Jano ke Sankat Chandra mein dur
Ganapati Mahadeva ki jai. Devotees, please have your seat. As we continue to say our prayers, put your hands together. Om Gajananam. Everybody, let's pray together. Kapeta Jumbo Umasutam Sho Namami Viganeshwara Sarvamangalamangale Sharanye Narayani Guru Brahma
Guru Vishnu
Guru Devo
Maheshwara
Guru Sakshat
Param Brahma
Tasmai Shri
Gurave Namah.
Om Namo
Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo
Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo
Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Principal Mahapati Mahadeva ki jai. Vindravan Bihari Lal ki jai. Sitaram, everybody. So, in planning for this evening's satsang, to get into it one time, because we have a lot to talk about, Auntie told me she wanted to hear something different, which I like. I don't like to read the same thing over and over and over. I like to teach people about the many things our dharma have in it. Because in all fairness, as a faith, we have many books that guide us on the things that we do, and still the problem remains. You go to a typical home, with all respect to everybody, you go to a typical home and you ask them, you have bandara, you have shrad. I see you put in bangraj, bingraj, or what we call locally kongolala. Understand, this is a question. Auntie, I'm a child in front of some. Auntie, uncle, I see you put in that grass there. What that for? Auntie, uncle, I see you put in doob grass in the bedi. I understand Ganesh Baba like he doob grass because of his stomach problem. But for everybody else, what you put in doob grass for? Many people would say, Baba, well, the Pandit tell me to put it, so I put it. The now tell me to put it. For a child, my mother tell me to put it. The problem comes with that approach. If we continue along that line, when people go to say prayers, and you know we crazy pundits already, close your eye, you'll find the doob grass, you'll find the prasad, from a practical perspective, and say your prayers. Talk to your God, man. Tell him what you come to tell him. But Baba, I don't know what I put in the red powder for, I forget the name. I don't know what I put in that grass for, I forget the name. I don't know what is the purpose behind it. I'm just doing as I am told. Bhagavad Gita, let me start here. Bhagavad Gita says, it is good when a person does their duty. I'm a Hindu Baba, so I have a wonderful Hanuman flag flying in my yard. It is good to follow your parents' teacher. Baba, I know Shivratri night, we go to the temple and we offer different ingredients on the Lingam. So I continue in what my guru, my mother, my father taught me. Some people say my mother-in-law taught me to do it, so we did it like that. And that's good. But as you continue, he says it is even better to understand why, to have the knowledge of why you do what you do. Do you remember? I remember my father died in 1995. So I'm around the age 13 thereabout. This is my personal story. I don't know much at that time. This is the first time I'm offering tarpan and pinda, and you can imagine. In those days, I don't know what they teach in this village. In those days, they used to say, that is the dead grass. Understand the problem with our dharma. That is kush grass, is the dead man's grass. And if when you offer the tarpan and the tilanjali and the pinda, don't turn around because you're going to see something. That was a time people used to put cutlass in your hand, incense stick, burning wood, bucket, and you now have to go and fend for yourself by that grass. You don't know what you're going to meet there. People are left with this type of pit here. So then, imagine the young teenager, I want to go back tomorrow to do that? Ma, you're mad? Mommy, why are you going to do that for? When you do not have the knowledge or the wisdom of how to use your dharma to fix the problems we all will face or circumstance, we will end up in a problem. We only know what our tradition is, what is that alone, and then that just causes little problems. For example, let me just give you one example. If I ask anybody here what is the prasad for Durga Mata, Naratam coming up, everybody gonna say Baba, Lapsian Sohari. Consider this nowhere in Devi Bhagwat and Mark Lapsian Sohari. If we go in different parts of the world, you may not see that Lapsian Sohari as you know it. The lapsi represents something like a sweet rice. Truthfully, sweet rice better than the lapsi. And the roti, what we call in Sohari, was just a holder for it. It is a Trinidad tradition, West Indian tradition, to be fair. But in India, you will not see that. But think about the heart and the mind of the grandmother, the mother, the grandchild that know Durga Mata want Lapsi and Sohari. That is what you are told from home to home. For this reason, Gyan Yagya is created. Gyan Yagya is a place where we sit down not to discuss gossip or to only talk the same thing over and over, but when the person comes together in the satsang, when they separate, they must walk away with an iota of information or some form of tangible knowledge that will edify and educate themselves. What is the purpose? To get them closer to their God. That is the purpose, the objective for this evening satsang. Auntie came and she said to me, I would like you to discuss this form called Dhanvantri. Dhanvantri is, do you remember Dhanteras? The celebration. I know there's something, I believe, somewhere around Diwali time, I'm not sure. So I've heard something about Dhanvantri and Dhanteras. Tonight, just permit me to go through a little information about who this form of Lord Vishnu is. There are forms of our Lord Vishnu that we don't have the habit of worshiping him. Just to paint the picture in your mind, I'm sure everybody here would have seen the five-headed form of Hanuman Baba. Some of those heads we are very familiar with. For example, Narsingh Baba, Pagwa coming up, Prahlad, Katha. But there's a form in that five-head that we are strangers to. Hayagriv Swami, or the horse-head human body form. Our people came traditionally from North India, and in North India, they don't worship him too much. But in South India, he's quite popular. So we honor him. But if I ask you, for example, what is the prasad for Hayagriv Swami? You say, well, Babs, I really don't know. So permit me tonight to go into a discourse that gives you a little information that is very, very, very valuable. It is practical because of why he takes the form. Tonight we'll start in Mahabharat, then we have to touch in Vayu Puran to hear the last part. And we have to discuss one or two of the things that he did. But as Auntie was saying, she wanted to hear something about Hanuman Swami too. Something new about Hanuman Baba. Have you ever heard about the Lingam of Hanuman? This is after Ravan is destroyed. Sri Ram went back to the Ayodhya, to the throne room to become Ramraj, and Hanuman went somewhere and they put him out. They say, you helped kill Ravan, you helped kill a Brahman. Remember, his father was a big Pandit. His grandfather is one of the sons of Brahma. So Ravan, although he is considered to be bad, he came from great lineage. And even Sri Ram has to go through a purging effect. And Hanuman Baba, in our discourse this evening, we hear about what he did to get that sin off his back. All of this will tie together, coming to the end. Let's join together as we listen. We enter into the Adi Parva of the Mahabharat, where discourse after discourse is being given, explaining at this point the churning of the ocean. This is after the part where Durvasa Rishi gives a mala for children to remember. This is a katha that is given why Ganesh Baba had to have an elephant head. And many other intricate stories given in this starting point here. Durvasa was coming from a prayers in the heavenly region. And while he's walking in this particular part, Durvasa sees Indra and he takes off the mala, just like how I have mine, takes off the mala and he wants to give it to him. Indra, in all fairness, is intoxicated. And he's frolicking in the water. And in the moment of drunken stupor, he says, I is a big man. I is the head of all the devatas. I control the granary, the treasury of all this. And this is what you will give me? This is the gift you will give a king of all the devatas. Look at my vahan, look at my weapon, look at who I am. And this is what you will give. Imagine he strips, take it off in a haste, and he throw it on the elephant. But the blessedness of that mala is what of all God's creatures, if you ever wonder about your Ganesh, how come Ganesh end up with this elephant head? In the moment when he throws the mala on his vahan, the elephant, that was the only suitable animal for the son of Shivana, subsequent to come in a different discourse. Durvasa turns around and he sees the mistake due to the Abhiman of Indra. He sees what he did. He sees he throw the mala like if it was nothing. And he turned back and he tell him, because of your false pride, you're going to lose your Lakshmi. Lakshmi Mata takes different forms. One of the form, you and all had Shivratri. If somebody come and they ask you, let me say a girl child, Mommy, I see already offer different thing by the Lingam, where we just offer milk for. Of all the things God created, why milk? It have prayers where it is bathed that Lingam with mustard oil, just like how you offer ghee for different benefit. Karma says, how I offer, so I'll get. So depending on what I offer on the Lingam, I'm going to get different outcome. And the answer to the question is milk is considered to be a liquid form of Lakshmi Mata. This is why our Lord Vishnu, with that four-handed form, is sleeping on the milky ocean. He keeps that form of the goddess for himself when everything was being created. There's a discourse that explains things like our pitch lake, a lake or a river or a sea of oil, a sea of fire, like when you see lava falling into water, etc. Salt water, fresh water. It is in that section where you will hear when people are going for Kartik, Tirat Kartik Nahan, how we are supposed to go in river, for example. He says, I keep this goddess in this form for me, and I will remain with mother in the milk. For that reason, people offer milk in different offering. And you just offer milk in your dar. Why? Dear God, if I offer Lakshmi in this form, you will bless me with Lakshmi and Barakat in return. How you give is so you get. If we only know that, maybe when I do offering the dar, and I say, dear Lord, look, I offering a little jal, erg, please accept it and bless me in this way, depending on what my problem is. Lakshmi Mata now is what gives the king the power that when you talk, people will listen. When you speak, people will follow your orders. When you wish it, strength, good weather, etc. But when you don't have that valor, that strength, that valiance, people are not going to follow you. People will abandon you. And in the same way, everybody is abandoning Indra. He lost everything. Indra now realizing from one to one, everything is falling apart. He goes to get guidance. And a decision is made to go and churn the ocean, the milky water. And from that water, different things will come back and you will get back your Lakshmi. But it will take sacrifice. To go over the part, and I know this is the part you all know, the churning of the water, the churning of the ocean. But it has some little details little children might be missing. From there, we'll go into the part we don't know about this Dhanvantri. Let's enter into our discourse in the Adi Parva of the Mahabharat tonight, this evening. Narayanaya Krishnaya Paramatmaya Namo Namah. Narayanaya Krishnaya Paramatmaya Namo Namah. Everybody help me sing. Let's sing together. Kritya tatpar ye nitra vasuki deva mithuneva samudra nidhi par ye kaksha puravam yati. Narayanaya Krishnaya Paramatmaya Namo Namah. Narayanaya Krishnaya Paramatmaya Namo Namah. Narayanaya Krishnaya Paramatmaya Namo Namah. Pay attention now. Mahavishnu is coordinating everything. We jump into the part for children who never heard this part, this section, please remember. It's basically a swizzle stick they want to make. They take a huge mountain, flip it upside down so the peak is down in the water. See it in your mind. They take a powerful snake by the name of Vasuki and they say, you are going to be the rope so that they will pull forward, backward to get the swizzle effect. When they were going, the weight of the mountain is pulling them down. Lord Vishnu, please help. Mahavishnu takes the form of the tortoise, one of the more powerful incarnations. The tortoise went under the swizzle stick or the mountain and it started to scrape his back. Where does the grass come from? From the back of that turtle when the mountain is scraping the shell, dislodging the hair of the turtle. It went to the bank and there it started to come into your puja. Lord Vishnu is underneath in that form. The mountain is on his back and they are turning. Who is turning? The snake head is all the demonic forms. And by the tail, all the devatas. And they are pulling and working together, swirling this water. The water is becoming very turbulent. You know the Katha of how Lord Shiva in Vidu Shivratri, how he get blue. Remember he has poison here. I hear poison come from the water, but me I know where the poison come from. It have plenty thing about that Lord Shiva, we don't know, I just pray to him, I just bow to him, I'm afraid snake too bad, uncle. How come this man decorating with snake round his neck? It's strange for children, it has frightened them. Yeah, why? Ananta Vasuki Yadam Sastrikaye Nilagrivayati Patani Paraye Kripane Parahar Ye Dharam Sutta Vasuki Yadam What was happening? All these demonic boys didn't want the snake teeth. This is a multi-headed snake. And they don't want to handle the fangs and the mouth. So they started to take the mouth and press it onto the mountain. When the head was spiraling out of control because they're pulling so much, they started to press and the fang was safely embedded into the mountain. The problem now is that when those fangs are pressed into something, that is the time the poison starts to come out. That is just the way God makes the snake. When the poison is coming out from all these different heads, the halal poison started to come out and it started to accumulate. Nothing is coming out of the water as yet, only poison. Only poison, more and more potent poison is coming. And Brahma runs to Vishnu, please help. Vishnu says, what can I do? I'm already the tortoise under the mountain that is turning here. Go to Shiva Baba. And Shiva has a problem because if he gets up to help everybody with this poison, the goddess is going to block him. She will not want to help. She will not want to hear her Shiva is in trouble. How could you endanger my husband? And I'm going to sit there and allow you to do it? So Shiva thinks the child is going to come. Brahma is coming with bad trouble here now. But I have to know how to talk to bypass this lady. Let's hear what he tells her. Tamasya giri khathaye adam hala hala kalputayate devi saubhagya ye atita ye vasuki mahadevayati. Oh goddess, look how your children in trouble. Look, the whole creation in trouble. We must go to help them. Blessed. Before she could say anything, blessed is the person who helps others. So mother said it's true. So he gets up and he goes, and you know the Katha, he drinks the poison. Mother stood. How did it stay? If you drink something, how you keep it in your throat? Mother puts her finger here and she squeezed his windpipe so as to block the poison from going down. Now they continue to churn. Parvati, Uma Devi, Lord Shiva are not involved in the churning of the water because they have a different role to play. Shiva stood on the side, mother with her hand never leaving his throat for that entire duration. Whilst they are churning more and more effort, they go and they beg, "Oh, Vishnu, we are becoming exhausted. Give us your power." Lord Vishnu started to separate himself and send different little dialites into each one of the devatas on one side and the demonic force on the other side. And when with that re-energizing of their form, now they started to turn that swizzle faster, with more energy. And one by one, things started to come out of the water. As Mahavishnu is watching everything, Lord Shiva is watching everything. One by one, that mandara started to crush deeper into the earth. As that water is turning, different things started to come out. Let's hear what is coming. Jai Bole Baba Tab Sharanam.
Jaya Bole Baba Tab Sharanam.
Jai Bole Baba Tab Sharanam.
Jaya Bole Baba Tab Sharanam. Jaya Sam Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam. Jaya Sam Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam.
Diniya Narayana Deva Sadhyo Jata Dev Mahadeva Shariya Ritaye Chandramanam Madhana Mandaraye Ati Jaya Bole Baba Tab Sharanam.
Jaya Bole Baba Tab Sharanam. Jaya Bole Baba Tab Sharanam. Jaya Bole Baba Tab Sharanam. Jaya Sam Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam. Jaya Sam Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam.
तट पर चंद्रमा शर्मा सागर ये प्रोक्ता चंद्रशेखराटम सोमा शीतल पूजन ते सोमा चंद्रिका ये आचो जय भोले बाबा तब शरणा
Jaya Bole Baba Tab Sharanam.
जय भोले बाबा
Tab Sharanam. Jaya Bole Baba Tab Sharanam. Jaya Sam Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam. Jaya Sam Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam.
जय सांब सदा शिव तब शरणम उमापति महादेव की जय. The first thing that came out of the water was a form of the moon. And Mahadev Baba burning, the throat is burning. He takes the moon and he lodges it in his hair. Let the cool rays of this form cool me. Hence he became Chandrasekhara. As the mountain is turning, next came the daughter. From that water, the milk is churning into ghee. Ghee came. Then the Lakshmi came. And then next came Sura Devi. Sura Devi is, in all fairness, another name for Varuni, a daughter of Varun. This is alcohol. Sura Devi is the let me say in English, we say the spirit that is make the person behavior, think. It is as if something possessed the person. In Hindu Sanatan Dharma, that change in behavior is caused by this form, the daughter of the god of the water, Varun, Sura Devi. One thing after the other, different type of horse, the gem that Lord Vishnu wears on his chest, the parijat flower, and then the ninth thing came, Dhanvantri, an incarnation of Lord Vishnu. He is four-handed just like that Murti, Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma. But in this form, he did not have the mace like that Murti. Lord Dhanvantri is just as how that Murti looks, tall, dark in complexion, very red eyes, but he has on the lower left hand, he has a leech. It sounds strange, but if you see the Murti, the purpose of the leech is to pull the blood. Till today, in different Eastern culture, when people have blood clot or they have blood ailments, they let animals feed on the blood. Leech is one example, to take out the impurity in the blood. And he had that on him. In his upper two hands now, he's holding this big, vast jar that has the Amrit that they went searching for. This ambrosia that would give them the immortality that they want. He has it in his hand. Lord Vishnu is holding on to it, but all the different demonic force let loose the snake now. They let the mountain want to drop down because they saw their goal. It was walking out of the water. And in this 10th slok, it says they started to argue within themselves, the demonic force, that this is ours, this is mine, this is mine, this is mine. It says that the poison, when you see Lord Shiva lift the poison like this to drink it from the drip from his fingers, that burning poison, this is where scorpion, snake, different types of animals that have the stinging, where they got their venom, they took it so it wouldn't touch the earth. It went to those forms. They are all burning. And Lord Vishnu is saying, please let us remedy them. Let us help them. And the demonic forms did not want that. They are offered the Sura Devi, the lady, the goddess of wine. And they say, we don't want her. We have the ambrosia, the nectar, the amrit. This is what we want. We only want to be everlasting, nothing else. Let the Devatas keep her. From that day, if you're ever watching your ZTV or your Sankhya TV and you hear the Suras and the Asuras. Suras mean the people that kept Sura Devi or this goddess. They kept her with them. And the Asuras are the people that don't want anything to do with Sura Devi. That is where that name comes from. They started to fight. And Lord Shiva is burning with goddess here. And Vasuki, the snake that is once around the mountains, looses himself. And he comes to Mother, begging, Ma, I cannot see you suffer. It is because of my poison, Ishwar is burning. Ma, allow me to hold where your finger is holding. And with my body, I will keep that poison from going further into his form. Vasuki then comes around the neck of Ishwar and with the body of the snake. Remember, the snake doesn't have a skeleton, but the muscle of the snake is what it uses to squeeze the prey. It is very effective. Vasuki squeezed the neck of Shiva to hold the poison here. If as a Sanatanist, if as a Hindu somebody says, why is your God holding and decorated by snakes? It was for a practical purpose. Praschit. Vasuki did not want to be the person to poison Shiv Baba, to cause it. So he takes his life, he remains upon the body of Shiva to keep that poison from going forward, freeing himself from the punishment, the sin, karma. He does not want it, and instead he becomes a dasi. A dasi is a servant. When somebody says Krishna Das, Rama Das, all these different names, that means I am a Das, I am a servant for Ram, I am a servant for Tulsi, Tulsi Das. This case, Vasuki wanted to become the servant, so wherever you see Shiva, you will see his servant. Just as how Nandi is watching him, whispering and blowing to keep that lingam cool. This snake remained there and identified with him. Vishnu Bhagwan ki Jai. From there, in Mahabharat discourse, they go on to talk about how Mohini, another form of Lord Vishnu, had the help shared in Amrit. In Vayu Puran, a question is asked about the family where we enter, about the family of the moon. How is it I have heard this Dhanvantri, the puja, what we do for Dhanteras? If you as a Hindu, you would hear, you would see it, children are seeing it on social media. For Dhanteras, we go and we buy wares, we buy different things. People make gifts of gold, to, like the mother-in-law would give the daughter-in-law a little earring or whatever they could afford. There are different practices, but we don't ever really get to sit down and discuss it in temple, in all fairness. How is it Dhanvantri is associated with the temple, with the, the Lakshmi time, Diwali time? Before they worship Mother Lakshmi, because they haven't done her puja yet, This is the part when they bring Lakshmi Mata out. Lord Vishnu went and he washed her feet. That part is coming. They did Dhanvantri Puja first because he's the one who had the ability to hold this ambrosia. So they wanted to know now, how could you tell us, Guruji? Sutji, Sonakrishi and all the others in Naimisharanya is asking Sutji, please tell us a little more about this Dhanvantri. I have heard that till today, when people are talking about doctors and medicine, they talk about Dhanvantri. Who is this Dhanvantri? What really did he do? What is he? Why did Lord Vishnu take this form? If you understand the incarnation of Lord Vishnu, so besides the Ram and the Krishna, there are forms that we don't get to talk about truthfully. Mohini, which is the female form of Lord Vishnu. Dattatreya, that same person called Vyas who writes Mahabharat. Vyas Muni is the person who takes the tusk. You know, we hear in Ganesh Katha where Kartik and Ganesh, they fight. There's a discourse where Parashuram uses his axe and he cuts the tusk of Ganesh, making him Ekadanta. Ganesh Baba is taking the tusk and he is writing as Vyas Muni is calling out Mahabharat. Vyas Muni is the person who writes all Bhagavad Katha, all the different texts. And all are considered to be incarnation of Lord Vishnu. But each one came for a purpose. Till today, when people have marital problems, they worship Mohini Mata to save the marriage, bring back these two people, save the divorce. Let them still remain. So, if there is a form of Lord Vishnu called Dhanvantri, there must be a purpose or a benefit for me and you. Let's hear what we could benefit from by listening and doing this katha, this form of worship. We talk about Ganesh Baba. Pahi, 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 Gajanana, Parvati Nanda, Gajanana. Everybody, Pahi Pahi means save me. Save me, son of Parvati. Ganesh Baba, come save me quick. Pahi Pahi, Pahi Pahi, Pahi Pahi, Gajanana, Parvati Lambodar he Gajanana,
Lambodar he Gajanana,
Lambodar he Gajanana,
Lambodar he Gajanana,
Lambodar Gaj Vicharana. Everybody.
Pahi Pahi Gajanana, Parvati Nanda Gajanana.
Dhanvantiraye sambhuvyetam shrunuyami dvijaye nyati sutaye munivar madhyaye tetam yena upasnan ye aati. Pahi Pahi
Pahi Pahi Pahi Pahi Gajanana, Parvati Nanda Gajanana.
All the munis that gathered together to listen to the different discourses. When your Baba is reading from this Puran, Shiv Puran, So Puran, this is what they are repeating, what they were talking about. Sutji is the senior of all of them. Imagine one person in the middle and many people are sitting in circles listening to everything Guruji has to say. When one asks a question, everybody benefits. Text after text, complete texts are being compiled because of Guruji's teaching. Now, Guruji, could you tell me about this Dhanvantri? I know he comes out of the churning of that water. I know he came with the goblet with all the ambrosia, with all the amrit. But after they took the amrit, Mahavishnu had to take Mohini form. What happened to Dhanvantri? Where did he go? What did he do? And then on Dhanteras or the Dhanvantri Trayodasi, the day before, in the 5 days of the Diwali time, and then we hear about Dhanvantri again. How did we end up with his puja? What happened? Please tell us. Guruji says, whenever a person can listen to a story, a katha of Mahavishnu, know that by listening, practicing Shravanam, consider this. Auntie and uncle and others did puja, it's their prayer, so they get the blessing, they did the havan, they do. But me and you, do you remember the days when the old people rush in your family have prayers, are going to hear the prayers? Your family has shroud, are going to see the prayers. Bhagavad tells you there are different forms of devotion. Of all the types, the 9 types, 2 types. Shravanam and Darshanam. Shravanam, just to remind you, is when you listen to the prayer, you get the blessing as if you did the prayer. So the old people were smart. It had Bhagavad in the temple. They're not fasting, they're not offering, they're not sitting, they're sitting down in front, they're making sure they're in front. And hear the prayer, you get the blessing as if you did the prayer. Watch the prayer. When you go home, think about what I'm saying. When you come in the temple, you go eat the prasad, you go see, you go stand up and watch the arati and see when the light is passing around the murti. By witnessing it, darshanam, you are getting the blessing as if you did the arati. But when I home, Baba Mia in the temple, you still get to see it and you get to hear it. So whether you are here or you are in a different place, you get the blessing as if you did it. This is why we still listen to prayer. Although we are not doing the puja, he says the person who practices Shravanam and is able to listen via the sound entering their body about the kathas associated with Vishnu Baba, that person, they are passing all the different pap, all the parabd karma that they are born with. It is being washed away by listening to the discourses of Lord Vishnu. That alone is praschit karma. I'll explain that just now. I am happy, O Shishya, to teach you this discourse. Please listen. Here we go together. Pahi, 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 Ekadanta Gajanana,
Ekadanta Gajanana,
Ekadanta Gajanana,
Ekadanta Gajanana,
Anekadantam Gajanana,
Anekadantam Gajanana,
Pahi, 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 pahi,
Pahi Pahi Gajanana, Parvati Nanda Gajanana,
Ajah Prota Vishnu Tamte Yogaswini Prabhuyate Bhaga Bhaga Mamaloka Surya Uttame Yeyati Pahi
Pahi Pahi Pahi Pahi Pahi Gajanana, Parvati Nanda Gajanana,
Parvati Nanda Gajanana
Parvati Nanda Gajanana.
Shri Ganesh Bhagwan ki jai. When the entire Leela of how Rahu and Ketu came into being. Rahu and Ketu is 2 demons that went quickly, and I'm summarizing, went quickly where the Devatas were sitting, and when Mohini is offering all of them the Amrit, they snuck and they got some. And now they are immortal. So when the alarm is sent out, they are not supposed to be here. And the Sudarshan Chakra left Lord Vishnu finger. It cuts the neck of this person. From one person, the head was Rahu and the body is Ketu. Depending on which book you read, you will hear the head of the dragon, the body of the dragon. For this reason, those two, we just call them 9 planets. You do their prayers every time you have puja, but there's no planet for Rahu and Ketu. They sat, when they was in the meal row, they sat between the Surya and the Chandrama. So in life, they appointed them lunar and solar eclipse. This is why we just have a little trouble, pregnant people time, with eclipse, because at this part. When all of that Leela was happening, Dhanvantri went to where Lord Vishnu and Lord Shiva was standing on the side. And Dhanvantri Baba says, "Dear Lord Vishnu, I wish to be able to help and to bless the people of this world. I have come and I am not able to assist or to bless, to share blessing, to share grace in no way." Lord Vishnu says, "But you are considered to be Ajaha. Ajaha means you are unborn. You are so powerful. You have just been created. Your share in a yagya is foretold that when people are doing yag, they have to feed you. So that when people sit to eat, the food or the prasad that is being shared would bring goodness." Think about what I say. You ever went in prayers, small prayers, big prayers, it doesn't matter, and you eat whatever little, or you eat the prasad, and you feel good after, healthy, no upset stomach, no side effects, no najar, no sickness. And you say this prayers, wow, this prasad, wow, the power of prayer. Who gives it that potency? This fellow, Dhanvantri. So that whatever is shared, once it is shared with grace, for example, when you go to your next wedding, and they have already done the barat and the melap and all of that, and they're doing the little sharing of the hospitality, the little kurma, remember what this crazy pundit was telling you. The goodness, the healthiness, the different gifting that will give somebody, and they must get the energy and feel, wow, I'm feeling good, good thing I come in this praise. That sensation is where Dhanvantri's power sit. This is why, have you ever gone to pray and the yajman, Jai Jai Sitaram, Sabkoi Sitaram, and then they open the prasad and they start to share from there. They're Jataidya. And auntie, baby, pandit, everybody, take some. That is why they do that. My advice, please start to do that. There's a reason for Shivratri night, when you put something by the Lingam and you leave it there. You ever see that? Nutshell story, we put something by the Shaligram, we want to take it and share it. But when you put something by Shiv Baba, you leave it there. What you put by Shiva is for Shiva. And the reason for that is, in a nutshell, he did not, one day Lord Vishnu give him prasad. And he eat all. Long story short, this is taken from Brahmavaivat Puran. And when he come home, imagine you get something good. And husband come through the door and he's saying, "Goddess, you won't believe the day I had. I spend the day with Lord Vishnu. And I give him all the chance to talk, and he teach me and he tell me why the sun is raised in the east and why he made the way the place is, why he did it." And when he finished, he gave me prasad. Prasad is anything Lord Vishnu touch. So in your parcel, it could be mahanbhog, it could be fruits, it could be sweets. Prasad. We just say prasad for the flour recipe. So understand, prasad is defined as anything he touch. And I get to eat the prasad, and I eat it and I feel good. She said, "Very good. Where mine?" Okay, your wife is nothing, no problem. Your children, you are the head of the home. I bow to your foot. What about your 2 sons? Where is their share? Did you think about them? That prasad would have uplifted my children. No? Oh. Today I put a strap on you. I'm summarizing it. Because you didn't share your prasad, nobody's going to enjoy your jutta. Nobody is going to enjoy what you taste. For this reason, the offering that is given to Shiva is called Shiv Nirmalayam. Have you ever seen people take out a little container for Lord Shiva? For people who know about Shiv Puja, Go to the temple and you'll see people offering the world and they'll empty it by the lingam, but that does not reach to the crowd. The person who takes something from Shiva gets sin. Shiv Puja is different. It is not easy. This is why when our prayer finish, you get your parasad, you bow it, Lord Vishnu touch it, is a blessing, and you open it and you share. If it's just a morsel, nobody has say a pong, a little bit, Krishna, and you see people sharing. This is why a long time they used to share prasad like that in your hand, because that is how you get your blessing. Prem se bolo Shri Vishnu Bhagwan ki jai. I want to be able to give people blessings, help them, lift them up. I feel as if I have taken form, but look, I had the jar was taken from me, and I have nothing else to do now. He says, but Baba, Dhanvantri Baba, your place in Yag to be in the gifting, the energy, the goodness, the happiness, the healthiness that will come from that giving, that is already there. And I cannot interfere with the alignment of a Yag. I cannot interfere with who is sitting in a Yag, so you will stay there. Lord Vishnu, please do something. I want to become more useful. He says, okay, because you did this seva, because you did this job, you will also be called Arvak. Arvak means you will born again. You will come again, not as you are now, but in another generation you will come. And you will become of great repute in this world. You will become the person that is going to help people live. Dhanvantri smiled to hear this. You will give people different siddhi. You will give people different gifts. You will be able, when they have good karma, to have health. And when they have bad karma, they will have the opposite of health. They will have sickness. You will be that person that will disseminate the thought, the science of medicine, and medicinal secrets will come from you. Prem se bolo Mahapati Mahadeva ki jai. Follow me. Listening to all of this, the Arvak form, the form that is coming. There was once a king in Dwapar, the second Dwapar. So in the second Kalp, this is when the universe is new. In that time, there was a king praying, he wants to have children. Dirga Tapas is his name, and he did puja. And when he is doing Putreshti Yagya, the prayer similar to what Raja Dasrat did, he makes a point to call Mahavishnu. But instead of Lord Vishnu, Dhanvantri, that form appeared in the Havan. And he says, I wish to have a son, but I want my son to be like you. I want my son to be knowledgeable. I want him to have great repute. And I want him to have sympathy. I want him to be able to assist people, especially as Kali Yuga is coming. And karma will start to bite people in a very devious way, in a secretive way. When people do not expect trouble, trouble will come. I want my son to be integral in helping people in that fight. It will be as if people are fighting a battle. In Kali Yuga, karma will be an unseen enemy against them every day, hitting them missiles and weapons. But they will not know where the arrows are coming from. It is as if now, dear God, remember he's talking to the fire, dear God, in that age, it will be as if the enemy is invisible and people will be at the mercy of the time, the place, their circumstance, and they will be helpless. Something must be done. Prem se bolo Shri Vendravan Hadilala ki jai. In the beginning, the Vedas was one book. And as time passed, the Vedas had to be broken up to allow man, as their intellect is getting weaker, for them to understand. So from 1, it became 4, and then from 4, all the different samhita, all the different subcategories started to come. And it was elucidated in different language. It was never written, then it was written, and it started to come down till today, translated in different language so the common man could find information. So me and you get stuff from the Ved, even online now. In this moment, when his father finished praying, from his prayer, Dhanvantri incarnated as the son of this king. Let's hear what happens as the father is getting his blessing. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Shakti. Everybody, all know this one. Namastasye, Namastasye,
Namastasye, Namo Namah. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shakti Rupena Samskrita. Namastasye, 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 Namo Namah. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shakti Rupena Samskrita.
Tasya Griha Sampotevo Dhanvantri Tatha Paryatam Kashi Rajo Maharajah Sarva Yena Ragya Pranate.
Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shakti Rupena Samskrita. Namastasye, 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 Namo Namah. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shakti Rupena Samskrita.
Shri Adi Shakti Mata ki Jai. He was born into the family that was ruling Kashi, Varanasi. He grows affinity to reading, but he learns from his guru, Sage Bharadwaj, about the Ayurveda, the Veda that deals only with medicine. When a person is offering doob grass, a person doesn't understand why doob grass. But doob grass, when you grind it and you take the sap and you dry it, you're making what we call Andrews, Alka-Seltzer, or antacid properties. That is used now. Imagine on your baby what you're doing. Ganesh Baba, please accept sweet rice. Krishna Arpan, you're going to eat something. Look, some water, please drink something. The supari is a relative to the dates. The tree looks practically the same. This is a dessert. Please eat something. The lawan with the pan, when they fold it and they put the clove, it is the mint. When you go to a restaurant, you just get dinner mint. In prayers, they just get lawan. Krishna Arpan. And the doob grass, in case I didn't taste the prasad. So maybe the younger head mix up salt and sugar. Maybe it can make perfect. Dear God, you come to my home, you come to my prayers, you come to my temple. Don't leave if that sweet rice I make properly. Look, medicine, doob grass, medicine. Please accept it in case the food or something is imperfect. That's why all devatas get doob grass. Ganesh Baba loves it for the same reason. He started to listen to this Ayurveda Veda, and the Veda is technical language. For example, just to paint the picture, if me and you say light, light is light, it could be dia light, electrical light, what's it? Yellow light, white light, light. But in our dharma, you hear about words like Jyoti, Roshni, a light when the sun is rising, a light when the sun is setting. There's an electrical light, believe it or not, or artificial light, like when two swords scrape, that spark. There's a word for the different light. And when now, imagine somebody is saying, bring the light and start hawan or whatever, friction is what they used to use. There was never triplums match. They would use friction, like a swizzle stick again, to light the hawan kon, and they would maintain that fire for the entire yag. But the fire, that light, is a different word. So in this example, and this is just an example, the person, the Dhanvantri, he is reading the writings of his guru based on Ayurveda. But the word for light is so confusing. I am seeing bring the light in the book. But which light, Guruji? Which one? Which light are you referring to? So he became motivated now. People will not understand this language. It is better I make this simpler for people. And Dhanvantri breaks the Ayurveda or the medical book into different samhita, 8 different sections. One dealt with only surgery. When people talk about nose job in today's world, or when you have plenty bag under your eye and you want to tighten the skin, those words that we label, that rhinoplasty and other names, started in Sanatan Dharma. An example of how our words is used in English, people hear, oh, he house big like a bungalow. But bungalow is a Hindi word, an Indian word. It is not English. But English people use it as such now. In the same way, all these procedures were documented and taught, just as how a muni or a sage or a pundit could come and teach you, offer Lord Shiva mustard oil, and the hardship or the body pains that you get in your joint, the blessing will come, that pain will go. Oh, so go in and do that. A pundit could teach you that. In this section of the Ved, the pundit teaches you the value of medicinal herbs and usage of the herb. Another example, we talked about Kongolala. You are offering Kongolala for every shroud, but me and I pointed for Babs. Kongolala has, if a person, let me say, for the wedding, we just have the sill and the, how you call that thing, the okra, I'm mixing up now, sill and lorha. And you juice it. As a plant, it doesn't have much benefit in the form as you use it. But when you juice it and you sap it on your scalp, for the person here who getting thin, the hair is come back lush. That is the purpose of it. Think about it. In our life, I remember, I used to never see, how it's called, this stick to carry. Saijan. Their children never know. You never went to temple and get Saijan. Then somebody bring back moringa. Moringa tea bag in the supermarket, moringa soap. Now everybody planting moringa because they know moringa have value and they want the value, they want the help. But where it come from? Partner, that come from your dharma, that come from your book. And how did it come? In a section of Devi Bhagavad, Mother says, I sit with you. I will protect you. I will help you. So the Muni Vashish is the person learning about Durga. He doesn't know much about her. Mother, how are you going to help me? She says, I will sit inside every plant. And the Shakti is what will give it the healing potency. So the person offers neem leaf to Mother because when you're boiling neem leaf, it have help for your health. So the person is given it because of the quantity of healthiness. That is why you give neem. When she sits in all the plant, the herbs that we use and collect for all our prayers, the herbs became beneficial. Everybody just put the 5-leaf under the parai and the kalsa. They used to decorate temple long time with the 5-leaf because it represented Lakshmi. But what is the benefit? Now, today somebody say when you boil the 5 mango leaf, when it's soft, it helps with your sugar. It bring down the sugar. So, that is why we used to use it. No one know. No one know. Right, so that is why we just use mango in we prayers. Okay, I understand. Dhanvantri is the person who sit down and he write them books. And he remained. And what did he emphasize? He taught our people the importance of using metal dishes. Think where you just do home. Correct me if I'm wrong. Put the prasad, the offering in the thali. And when you touch it to the murti, touch to the murti, and then come and touch it to your head. Prior to that, we used a lot of clay, earthen dishes. But in the development of our people, metal dishes work because Dhanvantri preached in the city of Shiva Kashi that when you use metal wares, the Shakti of the earth, the Shakti of the Murti is going to flow through the holder and come to you. So the person is offering their God, use the Murti, touch, charge, make this Mohan Bhog that I make here, make it prasad, charge it with your power, and then bless me. Have you ever gone to see older people offer jal? They offer the jal, and then they, even when they rest on the lota to the ground, they bow to the lota too. Nothing wrong with that, you know. When you touch the earth, you make the touch so the energy flow to you. When the metal is shining, remember how we used to shine with Barton? The conductivity of the metal will allow the electrical energy to run through the person. And the person's aura is going to shine. They are going to get healthy. They are going to get strong. He said, use that. And when you are going to make your offering, make sure and clean your tali. Make sure and clean the lota. Make sure it clean from a germs perspective. Don't use stale ways. Don't use used ways in your worship. For this reason, this is why on the Dhanteras day, people associate gifting of wares, the pot, the bowl, but the metal stuff with his prayer. Because he also taught that when the doctor is going to see the patient, it must be sanitary. It must be used to clean. Hinduism does not condemn alcohol as Islam does. The devatas used alcohol truthfully for different purpose. Anything, just as how Lord Shiva used bhang. When you offer the datur pod, that has an intoxicant in it, a hallucinogen. When mixed properly, it is useful in prayer, just as the Hindu use marijuana. But the problem comes in Western world, we abuse it. When people have bad shanigra, part of the prayer does say, take alcohol and pour it, offer it into the river. And just as the alcohol runs like a snake on the water, it moves like that. The snake that is squeezing this person will cut. And the worst type of shanigra is when you have bad infection, let me say gangrene in the foot, if we're talking medical stuff, and the body is not healing for nothing. And you want healing to happen. The doctor is giving the person medicine, but it's not happening. Use that alcohol in the prayer. Not to the murti, but in the earth. Offer it. Just how much? A little bit. And the blessing comes that the snake, the shani, is going to release the individual. Prem se bolo Shri Vishnu Bhagwan ki jai. In the same way, Dhanvantri created all these simple rules to help you and I overcome our problems. This is one of the Samhita, one of the 8 books that he wrote. This is Caraka Samhita. In this book, it talks about sickness, different ailments. If a person have to put a poultice, what to put in it, which herb to get. Is this text that deals with when we have the girl, when she make the baby, and the little blood in she body, all respect to everybody, may mean nothing. But the mother now come home with the child, and on the 6th day and the 12th day, the Baba is going to check for the Jogini on the Chakra and the Patra. And he says to the mother, for the men who don't know, the ladies will know more, let them bathe by 7:15 a.m. facing northeast. The mother is in that direction. Let them face, and they will use different herb or plants that have healing property in it, because the Durga is there to heal the girl, heal the child, and there the assault or the unclean is going to come off. But the real, what is the purpose of the bath, is to take off any loose or stray blood or any loose part of the body, like phlegm or any type of mucus to come out. Let that come off them. In this section, and I am only doing one verse just for our knowledge, Dhanvantri is speaking to the people that came to learn. And he says that there are different therapy to heal people. The physician must be a person that is knowledgeable of the science of plants, but the science of God. The science of God, that karma is at play. The first question any sick person, and I am reading from something called the Mahachatuspad Adhyay. The first thing that any person that is sick will ask, how? If God is God, if God made everybody, how come God make me sick? Go further. God make everybody, you hear in different religion, God made man in his image. And that's very good. If only we were perfect. If only nobody didn't blind or didn't dumb or didn't deaf or didn't have AIDS or didn't have cancer or didn't have some deficiency, I would have believed I really come in God frame. But when you have diabetes that eating your pressure that killing you, you're watching the food and you're dribbling, you can't touch it because that is death. That is Yamraj right there. Then who is God? Where may God today? The patient, first thing that starts to eat them is their mind. How many people, I don't know, but Indian people and diabetes go hand in hand in today's world. How many people have had the experience of a family member getting diagnosed with something? Kidney failure, cancer, something. And the person says, in the moment, as a pundit, I've gone to pray for people so many times. Pundit, tomorrow we have the surgery, they're going to cut the foot. Could you please come and pray just in case? We're not sure how mommy will go. We're not sure how daddy will go. And in that moment, and the person says, and I'm using myself, Pandit, I worship that Lingam. I offer every jal for that Naratam. How I end up here, boy? The person mind. The mind sometimes goes through a depression in that moment. Fear starts to hit them. Dhanvantri says the therapy cannot be for the sores and the cuts on their body alone, but it must be for their mind to give them the encouragement to fight the karma that is causing the sickness. There are two types of karma that involve in sickness. Parabd karma, we just say karma, but there are different types of karma. We touch in two, just two. Remember these two, it applies to all of us. Man, woman, young, old alike. Parabd karma is the karma God give you, as you say, with your back. You come with it. You're born from mommy with it. That is the karma that says God will bless you. You're going to live to see a pension or not. You're going to born, you're going to get to have children or not. You'll get to married, you'll get to see gray hair or not. Good or bad. Parabd karma. But then, I reached our age and I start to see trouble. The eye, doctor said I had to do the little surgery. I hear when I do Hanuman Puja on full moon night, why we used to do Rota and Katha together. But the moon had to be up in the sky. And the person is offering the kalsa, they hold the kalsa like this over the head. And they use particular jab to that Hanuman in the idea of fixing the eyes. It is possible to get healing. So the doctor will say, listen, make preparation for the funeral coming. But it is possible somehow that a miracle could happen. That the person who lie down in the bed waiting for death, get up and waiting stronger than the pundit now. When the person practice something called Parabd karma. That is the karma where we do good to change the bad we come with. If we couldn't change the karma, asking you here tonight, sitting where he is, if somebody said the patra right, my hand right, my forehead right, I got dead when I reach 40. Think what I'm saying? If it marked that, what you praying for? What you come in Shivratri for? What you doing Hanuman Jayanti for? If it done right, you're going and suffer, you're going to marry, and in the birth chart, it mark Mars Day in a particular place, the person Mangalik, they got lost their husband. That can fix. Parabd karma is the prayers, the fasting, whatever, the job you do to change your karma. In other words, dear God, today I stand up by my altar and I say my prayers, dear God, I have $5 in my pocket. But I pray, and dear God, change that $5 into $50. Every day when you say your prayers, understand today what you just be doing. You are taking control of your destiny. Dear God, you give me the 5. I use an example, work with me for children. You give me the 5, but suppose that is your karma. Suppose that is all you're supposed to have. Suppose you're only supposed to live to see 25. Today, somebody will die in a car accident, unfortunately. But you know what? I believe he could fix me. That is the power of that man. That is the power of Hanuman Baba. When Arjun had to fight Hanuman, and he tell him, put my flag over your chariot. In Mahabharat, in your Gita home, watch the book, you will see who listened to Gita first. Arjun and Hanuman Baba stand up on the red flag. When you as the Hindu put your red flag so tall, you must ask yourself or your Baba, where that flag so tall for, boy? How come? Again, here's the secret. He says to Arjun in Mahabharat, put my flag, my red flag over, and whatever I am above, I control, I rule, I protect. So much so that when the whole Mahabharat war finished, Krishna come off, chariot stand up, Arjun, you come off now, chariot stand up, Hanuman come off, as Hanuman come off, the whole chariot burned down. Everything gone. From that day till today, we try maybe the apex of the roof in the gable, the middle part too high to reach. But if you ever see people have a flag over the temple, this is why. You just try for the flag outside to just be above the bow chart, the gutter in there. Hanuman Baba, rule over my home, protect me from trouble. But it have to have a reason he could protect you, because you are saying, I born with this. I am destined to have glaucoma. I am destined to have cataract. So it can't fix it. No. This is why we go to God and we ask for help. Dhanvantri started to list out that if the person has a slight illness, it is due to slight karma. And a person can overcome that karma by doing different spiritual work as well as doing different medicinal work. Do the spiritual first. Change the diet. Change what you are eating, how you are sleeping. For example, the person when they have yag, they are told to sleep in a particular direction. The energy cycle, the energy field of the earth facing east allows the person to benefit from the flow of energy. For this reason, and when all the seaweed is offered dar for Shiva in a copper container, and now they're telling you when you go in the health store, buy copper mug and drink the water charged with the copper element goes into your body and it helps with your circulation. So we start to do that too. Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. When something is born, O Shishya, Dhanvantri talking, when something is born, death has to come. But if a person fights their karma in a two-sprung way, one with prayer to overcome the karma, two with the medicine supported by Mother Durga, they would be able to live, and if they have to die, die, but they will not have to suffer. They will not have to drag. They would be able to take control of this existence. And as a true bhakt, when the life has to leave the body, they would leave on their terms. Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. One of the prayer, for that reason, we worship Dhanvantri. Because this is Mahavishnu, and there are many things we could talk about. There are many reasons we boil. For example, the pan leaf is pon the bedi, boil pan, clove, and tulsi. And a person has fever, and that fever is going to cut without any drowsiness. The things that you are offering in your prayer, I want you today, as we separate it in a little bit, we're done. I want you to consider why you put it on the bedi. In South India, over your doorway, you might see it selling in the trade show. You will see curtains of palm leaf. And the palm leaf, just like the mango leaf, is used because of Lakshmi Mata. Watch your palm growing on your vine, it is kick off just like how the hand is be like this. So the person is invocating Mother. We have a jug and we calling you through the doorway. When the person walk on there, you bless them. When they sit to pray, bless them. In the same way, when people are cooking sometimes, and you see in the parsa, they just throw different leaves or spices, and we just use elaichi. In Trinidad, in Guyana, they just use nutmeg. In Suriname, they just use whole spice, different thing. Spice. The heat in it represents mother. And you are putting it in everything so that when you drink it and you consume the health in it, it must come. The person worships Dhanvantri in their yag on his day before Diwali because of this, because of him and his sacrifice and breaking up the information. People like me and you could access these texts and we could put it into practice. So much so, imagine in this age of Kali Yuga, in what you are living in now, where every day school children go to school and they come home, oh, they're sick again. Oh, we have the cold again. We can't come to the temple tonight because, well, this one's sick and that one's sick. It is becoming so normal that every week a child stays home from school, that it is becoming normal. For all the elders here, was it like that 20 years, 30 years, 40 years ago? Was it every week somebody was sick? Was it that now the cough syrup, the tablets that you are taking has no value? It is not working. More people are turning back to the different bush and the different chandelier and the this and the that and the things we have to try. And you'll hear people say, well, that cough syrup didn't work, you know. But when I drink the bush, it really worked. It made a difference. The cough that was not leaving me, I went back to what we know and what we practice based on our text, and it worked. Prem Sabalo Mahapati Mahadeva Ki Jai. As Saturday, she asked me to talk a little bit about Hanuman. And this is continuing on where we talk about. You are a person that does your Hanuman worship. Saturday in Hindi is Shanivar, the day of Shani, Shanishchar, the son of Surya. Today is the day he's most powerful. This is why the Hindu who know that don't do wedding on a Saturday. This is his day. He will bring corruption and confusion and trouble. This is why if the girl have to bathe, if you're checking after, the pundit checking and he sees 6 days or 12 days falling on a Saturday, he will not let them bathe on the Saturday. Bathe the day before, bathe the day after, whichever one better. If you have to move it in a home, don't do Griha Pravesh on a Saturday. It is not suitable. So what day is for Hanuman Baba? Baba, I think a Tuesday. But because of the two of them, Hanuman and Shani, there's the Katha, they are God brothers. Who is the guru of Hanuman Swami? Surya Dev. And after teaching him, he said time to pay, I want to pay my guru dakshina, my guru gift. Surya said, boy, you is a little monkey. I have everything. I don't want no gold. I don't want nothing. He said, well then Guruji, you had to give me some work, some seva in order for me to pay you back. Look here, well, teach me. He said, okay, I have a son. His name is Shani, Saturn. And he don't listen to me at all. If you could reunite my son with me, that will be your dakshina. That will be it. I'll bless you. Hanuman Baba went and he fight with Shani Dev. Shani Dev couldn't stop him. Hanuman, and I'm summarizing, Hanuman Baba beat him, tie him up, lift him, and throw him by the foot of Surya Dev. For this reason, Surya says, I bless you. Whoever does your prayer, Hanuman prayer, on a Saturday, to control, when Shani Dev hitting people, Shani Dev will have to leave them. For this reason, we get up and we do Hanuman Puja on a Saturday as well. Please remember why. Understand, when you're talking to him on Tuesday, Hanuman Baba, I love you. On a Saturday, Hanuman Baba, I need you. I need help. I feel Shani interfering with my money. I save 500, I'm moving forward, and oh God, by the time the car will call for 600, come back. That is Shani. When there's needless argument in the house, the effects of Shani is hitting you. So Hanuman Baba, break that. Hanuman Baba has many roles like that. Tonight, allow me to do just a couple points for your benefit from Skanda Puran. When you're doing his prayer on a Saturday, I know you know the Hanuman Chalisa quite well. But there's something called Bajrang Ban. Bajrang Ban is the weapon of Hanuman. And it is quite useful for our times that we live in now, where people are robbing you, kidnapping you. When you know Hanuman Chalisa says, Hanuman Baba, you are so loving, you are so nice. Bajrang Ban says, the enemy is at my door and they are coming for me. That different kind of prayer. It is calling on Hanuman Baba in a very aggressive form. You have to protect me. You have to save me. You have to keep me safe. Break them, beat them, mash them, but do not allow those enemies to interfere with me. Hanuman Baba, save me. In one of the verse, put your hand together. Just one verse. Just a pray. You close your eyes. We are praying now to Hanuman Swami. Dear Lord, Jai Jai Lakshmana Prana Ke Data Atura He Dukha Karaho Nipata Jai Jai Hanumanta Jaya Balasagar Sura Samoha Smrata Bata Nagara. Glory, say a prayer. Glory, glory to you, O Hanuman. You are the restorer. You brought back the life. You brought back the breath of Lakshman. Come promptly, speedily, and destroy all my sorrow, all the internal ailment, mental problem, depression, what nobody could see, what nobody will understand. I put it in your capable hands. Victory, victory to you, O Giridhara. You are the one who lifted the mountain to bring the medicine to save Lakshman. Today I call upon you in that form, in that mode. Come bravely. And when there is danger, when I do not know there are people looking at me, when I do not know when trouble will come next, when my karma is like a snake hiding in the bushes, waiting to pounce, waiting to bite and take away my youth, my health, my vitality. Hanuman Baba, protect me. Pavana Putra, Hanuman Ki Jai. To understand why that verse, Lakshman Prana Ke Data, to understand your Hanuman Baba a little more, you have to understand your God in order to work the God, to work the puja, to understand what you're doing so that we have to fight the karma to overcome the sickness based on what we are talking about. But if I don't know Hanuman, just like how I didn't know you cannot eat from the lingam, for example, just as how I didn't know I'm supposed to share my parsa, the bag with his handmaid by the bedi, I'm supposed to share first. Don't do like Lord Shiva and rush and eat it, you will get sharp. Share when goodness, when blessing come to you, share first. I don't know Hanuman Baba. Markande is asking, Yudhishthir is asking Markandeya Swami. Yudhishthir, one of the Pandavas, he went through research, Padma Puran, Skanda Puran. He's asking what will work. So when you're hearing Ganesh Puran, when you're hearing how to do the Visarjan in the night, when you have Ganesh Murti and you hear they will move the Murti 5 times, that was first told to Yudhishthir. Tell me about how I heard there's a lingam named Hanuman. It is named after Hanuman. Tell me about that discourse. Because it says when a person remembers that Hanuman, the sickness, the pain, the beat, the licks that your body feel, understand where I'm coming from? You went to sleep, you get up, you're supposed to get rest in the night, so you get up feeling refreshed, renewed, revitalized. But for some people, they wake up in the morning and they're feeling more sick, more drained, more depressed than before they went to sleep. When a person has untold pain, when a person is going through suffering, when a person is going through this, I am being told that a person does the right praschit karma and they are able to free themselves from this type of sin. But the pain that a person is undergoing is removed by this Hanuman Ishwar, this Hanuman Lingam. Please tell me the history of it. Hanuman Baba, Yudhishthir, please listen. When Ravan was destroyed and Sri Ram went back to become Ramraj, Anand Ramayana says he is told you have to do praschit to take off that sin off your back. So Sri Ram, the first thing he does, he goes with Sita Mata to different tirat to get blessings, freedom of sin. Hanuman Baba went to look for Lord Shiva in Kailash. And when he's making the entrance, Nandi stops him. Nandi is the one who stopped Ravan when Ravan wanted to see Lord Shiva. And Nandi now stops Hanuman. He says, "Oh Hanuman, you are unclean." Hanuman says, "How could I be unclean to meet Ishwar? You have the sin of Brahmatya, or you have killed a Brahman. That Ravan, you played a part, you have shared the sin. Just as Sri Ram did, you are tainted by that sin of destroying Ravan. You must wash that sin off your back. Then you are going to be allowed into the abode of Ishwar. What should I do? What could I do to get that sin off? I've never heard the corrective measure for something so bad. He says, go to the bank of the Narmada River. There's a small, from the main river, there's a small tributary named Riva. Go there where the water is calm and do worship for Shiva. And whilst doing that worship, you will be able to get the forgiveness that you want. So when Hanuman Baba went, he made a Partiva Lingam. Partiva, it have different type of lingam. Swatik Lingam is a lingam made of crystal. Your lingam is Narmadesh or Narmada, brown and two-color, three-color, naturally occurring lingam. There, Mahakaleshwar, a black lingam that we are very common in Trinidad. Different lingam yield different type of blessing, benefit. He makes a mud lingam, Partiva lingam, and he did worship. He brought bay leaves and he chanted those verses that says, Shiva, Brahma, Vishnu live on the surface of the bale. This is why we just offer dung what? Based on that verse. It says in the Bale Ashtakam, if the bale is tattered or torn, I will inherit, the person who offering damaged bay leaf, I will inherit damaged eyesight. Hanuman is praying, Shiva, I am going through all my bale. I am making sure the bale is perfect, Prabhu. Please bless me, bless my eyes, bless my skin. Oh Ishwar, Mrityunjay, you are the one who would remove ailment and sickness from the person's skin. If the person has hair problems, you are the problem to rid that. There is no sickness you cannot heal. Oh Ishwar, please free this sinner of this sickness that could take me. And Lord Hanuman remained there worshiping, and every day before a person, have you ever seen somebody go to offer dharma but their body's still damp? I don't know if you notice. When you're offering tarpan like Pitrapaksh time, your body is supposed to be wet, simulating when people go into the river and they offer the tarpan. So you're still wet as if you're dripping coming out of the river. Likewise, when ladies let their hair still be a little damp or their body a little tacky wet, not to get sick, but a little wet, a little imperfect. This is the proper way to be when you are offering the jal. Hanuman Baba would go and bathe early in the morning in this cold water and then come to offer on this lingam. After doing this prayer for some time, Lord Shiva appears to Hanumanji. And he says, oh, Hanuman, I will bless you with whatever. I'm so pleased with your worship. Why did you come and do all these prayers? I would have given you the vardhan you want. I would have given you it for free, for nothing. You have done so much seva for Ram, and I love Ram, Rameshwar. I would have given you this just because you are his das, you are his servant. He says, Prabhu, I wanted to work for my karma. I wanted to do the seva of my karma, so I bathed you with this cold water. When you drank the poison, your body was burning. When your lingam was falling upon the earth, it was burning. For that reason, Nandi is sitting in front of the lingam, blowing on him to cool him down. So every night for Shivratri, we are offering liquid to keep him cool. So I wanted to help, so I went and I got cold water and I bathed your lingam, Prabhu, and I want your Ashirvad, your blessing, because I got to cool you down. The sin that arose in my life because of the slaughter of that Brahmraksh, that Ravan, I want to be freed of that Brahmatya so that I could move freely throughout this universe, especially to Kailash. I have done Tirat, I have done Bath in the Narbana, and I have done this Seva here by this Lingam. Please grant my desire. Lord Shiva blessed him and allowed from his hand in the Abhyam Mudra. Abhyam in the hand like this, not how we just sit doing jap, different mudra. From this hand gesture, the energy flew, hit Hanuman, and lift him out of that sin. He says, ask for another boon. He says, Prabhu, what will I ask for? I want to be your sevak. I want to be your servant. He says, oh Hanuman, from today you will be called Maruti. You will be called Hanuman, or the person with the cut. When we look at him, we just think he's nice and he's pretty, but Hanuman is a disfigured person. Hanuman means the person, imagine somebody take a sharp knife, cut your lip, forget the lip now, go where your teeth is, your gum, and it cleft. The palate in your mouth is burst open. Sometimes in school, bullies in school make fun of children with this quanky teeth. But in India, where people are born with this mark of a cleft palate, they are worshipped as the children of Hanuman. Because Hanuman means the teeth. I want you to understand what I'm saying. If your teeth normally line up like this in your mouth, the teeth are like this. This is why it makes a big fuss for Hanuman to bite the pearl in that discourse with Vibhishan. For him to bite, it is a funny thing because he has to bite on this side of the mouth. It is not like me and you. You will be called Anjani Sutta. You will be called Vayu Putra. You will be called Rameshta, or the darling of Ram. You will be called Lakshmana Prana Ke Data. That when a person has short breath, this is just one use, short breath, or some form of anxiety, and the person worships you, like in the Bajrang Ban, and they call upon you as Lakshman, Pran is breath, Data is the god that gave the breath of life to Lakshman. When Lakshman laid lifeless on the battlefield, you brought it back for him in the form of the herb. When people call upon you in all of these forms, your name alone will bring the benediction that karma will cut, that sickness will cut, and you will have the ability to lift them, just as how you brought herbs and healing in life. Wherever they are, whatever their name, their gotra, their caste, their color, their age, their gender, whatever they are, whichever ashram they are in, you will help all. Prem se bolo Pavana Putra Hanuman ki Jai. This is why when Sri Ram tells him your seva will be to remain upon the earth, think about what you know in Ramayana. Go first in the prayers, leave last in the prayers. Wherever my devotee is in trouble, wherever my devotee needs help, Hanuman, go and help them. This is where he gains the ability to help. When you have Yag and you see all the flags where it is be planted on the road, each one of those flags has a name. The first junction, the 4-road junction, where you put the flag two sides, that is Jamwant and Sugriv. All the monkey that helped Sri Ram are those flags that you're putting out. That is what they represent, that are guarding the roadway for the devotee to come safely where the yagya is going to happen. But the only person guarding here is Hanuman. Hanuman is the first and the last to leave. And it is because of the praschit, the karma that he practiced, something similar to what we practice with our lingam. When you bathe him and you offer all the different Lakshmi, the milk, and you anoint the lingam and you get that blessing. This is how he was able to help till today, you and I. When you get the opportunity to understand your dharma, as we are wrapping up now, and I'm sorry for going over the little extra time, everybody. For when you understand your dharma and the intricacies of all that you are doing, sometimes we don't know every single thing. But if when we come together to have true Gyan Yagya, true satsang, where we sit down and we talk about God, we are talking about gossip or people business. We have time for that. Truthfully, look how time run away. When the person walk away from the Yagya Shala, by the blessing of God, you would walk away with a little tidbit, a little iota. And by listening to that, that is the prasad that brings about the blessedness for you and I. Pavana Putra Hanuman ki Jai. Let's sing a little bit before we will sing our chalis after. Hey Nanda Nanda Gopal. Everybody help me sing a little chant and we go move on. Ananda Nanda Gopal, He Nanda Nanda Gopal,
Ananda Nanda Gopal, Ananda Nanda Gopal,
Raghunandananda Gopal. Vindravan Bihari Lala Ki Jai. As we conclude today, forgive me again for going over the time. As we separate, I hope as you make your way home, you could remember maybe not everything we talk about, but learn something. If every time we sit together, you could learn something like this about your dharma. If anything, we agree, oh gosh, Baba, plenty to remember. Your dharma have plenty in it. And when you look at your life, it have plenty trouble in it too. But our God says, based on karma, a person could have good days, or based on karma, a person could have bad days. That is dealt in length in Garud Puran. What does make a person bald head? What does make a person blind? What does make a person foot can't work? Every single thing is explained in that text. One day we'll go through it. I will teach it. So that when you know, because you know we have a saying, for every action it have a reaction. For every sin you do, it have a way that will come back. It's just sometimes we know when I make that sin, what will happen. So when you're born on the earth, and God who make everybody, make we imperfect, myself included, and you have flaws, God is saying to you, the person, listen, you have such and such karma. You did this mistake, you did that mistake. If in the example of Hanuman Baba, find your lingam and go and bathe him with that Lakshmi, that milk. Offer your dar and ask God for forgiveness. Ask God to change your karma. So the person does get into the accident, but they live. They get sick, but they can get better. Prayers do work. As they say, prayers does move mountain. And this is the difference between the medicine that Hindu believe in and the Western world believe in. Western world medicine, as we conclude, believe the medicine is fixing me. Whereas God is one side, secular and spiritual. But in Hinduism, medicine is the one and same God. The herbs come from Durga. The aspirin that comes from the aspirin tree, that is Durga. This is why Shivratri night people were worshipping the peepar tree. People were using shami leaves in the Havan. People use the leaves, the wood, to burn in the fire. This is the correlation between the medicine and your puja. I hope you enjoyed your discourse. I hope you remember a little bit about your dharma. And until we get to meet again, sit together again, and discuss more Sanatan Dharma, God bless everybody to have a safe weekend. After having something to eat, I believe meals are prepared and prasad is done. Auntie said for me to make this announcement. Please stay back and have something with us. When you make your way home, do it so with Hanuman Baba blessing, reach home safe. Pavana Putra Hanuman Ki Jai. Before we separate on this Saturday, as that sun is getting ready to head down, let's pray to we Hanuman Baba. Bear with me as we do a quick Hanuman Chalisa. For everybody's blessings, put your hands together. Have an appreciation for your God this evening. Cover your hair, ladies. Present yourself to your God and tell him, you see me, this sugar out of control, this children out of control, this money out of control, I need your help. Nobody's going to understand my problem more than you. Help me, please. Practice talking to your God. Let's pray together. And those who know it, sing it. If not, talk to him. Let's join together, everybody.
Shri Guru Charan Saroj Raja Nij Man Mukur Sunar Varno Raghuvar Zodayak Palchar Budhin Tanu Janike Sumiro Pavan Kumar Bal Buddhi Vidya Dehu Mohi Harahu Kalesha Vikar Jai Hanuman Mahavir Balavanta Pavan Putra Hanuman Jai Hanuman Mahavir Balavanta Pavan Putra हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर।
कपीश तिहु लोक उजागर।
रामदूत तुलित बल धामा।
अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा।
महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी। सुमति निवार सुमति के संगी। वीर हनुमान महावीर हनुमान। जय हनुमान महावीर बलवंता। पवन पुत्र हनुमान। कंचन वरन विराज सुवेशा।
कानन कुंडल कुंचित केशा।
हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे।
आगे मूंज जनेऊ साजे।
शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन। तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन। वीर हनुमान महावीर हनुमान। जय हनुमान महावीर बलवंता। पवन पुत्र हनुमान। विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर।
राम काज करिबे को आतुर।
प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया।
राम लगन सीता मन बसिया।
सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सिय दिखितावा। विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा। वीर हनुमान महावीर हनुमान। जय हनुमान महावीर बलवंता। पवन पुत्र हनुमान। भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे।
रामचंद्र के काज सवारे।
लाए सजीवन लखन जियाए।
श्री रघुवीर हर्षि उर लाए।
रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई। तुम मम प्रिय भरतहि सम भाई। वीर हनुमान महावीर हनुमान। जय हनुमान महावीर बलवंता। पवन पुत्र हनुमान। सहस बदन तुम्हरो यश गावे।
जस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे।
सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा।
नारद शारद सहित ईशा।
यम कुबेर दिक्पाल कहाते। कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते। वीर हनुमान महावीर हनुमान। जय हनुमान महावीर बलवंता। पवन पुत्र हनुमान। तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा।
राम मिलाए राज पर दीना।
तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना।
लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना।
युग सहस्त्र जो धन पर भानु। लीलो ताहि मधुर फल जानु। वीर हनुमान महावीर हनुमान। जय हनुमान महावीर बलवंता। पवन पुत्र हनुमान। प्रभु मोत्रिका मिली मुख माही।
दुर्दिलांग गई अचरज राही।
दुर्गम काज जगत के तेते।
भगवानुग्रह तुम्हारी तेते।
राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे। होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे। वीर हनुमान महावीर हनुमान। जय हनुमान महावीर बलवंता। पवन पुत्र हनुमान। सुख लहे तुम्हारी शरणा।
तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना।
आपन तेज समारो आपे,
तीनों लोक हाथ से कांपे।
भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। वीर हनुमान महावीर हनुमान, जय हनुमान महावीर बलवंता, पवन पुत्र हनुमान। नासे रोग हरे सब पीरा,
जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा।
संकट दे हनुमान छुड़ावे।
मन क्रम वचन ज्ञान जो लावे।
सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा। वीर हनुमान महावीर हनुमान, जय हनुमान महावीर बलवंता, पवन पुत्र हनुमान। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे,
सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे।
चारों युग प्रताप तुम्हारा।
हे प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा।
साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। वीर हनुमान महावीर हनुमान, जय हनुमान महावीर बलवंता, पवन पुत्र हनुमान। अष्ट सिद्धि नवनीति के दाता,
असबर दीन जानकी माता।
राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा।
सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा।
तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। वीर हनुमान महावीर हनुमान, जय हनुमान महावीर बलवंता, पवन पुत्र हनुमान। अंत काल रघुवरपुर जाई,
जहाँ जन्म हरि बात कहाई।
और देवता चेत न डरई।
हनुमत से ही सर्व सुख करही।
संकट कटे मिटे सम पीरा, जो समिरे हनुमत बलबीरा। वीर हनुमान महावीर हनुमान, जय हनुमान महावीर बलवंता, पवन पुत्र हनुमान। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई,
कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाहि।
जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई।
जो चली बन महासुख होई।
जो यहाँ पर हनुमान चालीसा,
सोई सीता की गौरीसा।
तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा। की जयनाथ हृदय महावीरा। वीर हनुमान महावीर हनुमान, जय हनुमान महावीर बलवंता, पवन पुत्र हनुमान। जय हनुमान महावीर बलवंता, पवन पुत्र हनुमान। जय हनुमान महावीर बलवंता, पवन पुत्र हनुमान। पवन तनय संकट हरणं, मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय
बसहु सुरभूप।
पवन सुत हनुमान की
जय।
Keep your hands together. And as we've come to the end of our satsang, let's pray to God in our own way. Dear Lord, thank you for this time to sit together as one family and pray. Prabhu, thank you for the opportunity to have such a wonderful place and people to host such an event that would benefit all of us. No matter what walk of life I come from, by being here, by witnessing the satsang and puja, accepting something to eat, prasad, charan amrit, etc. My problems, my illness, my troubles are going to reduce, are going to change. And I thank you for that sincerely, God. Your children have so many instances of problems and difficulty. Hanuman Swami, Lord Vishnu, Dhanvantri Baba, please don't forget my home. Please don't forget me. Please don't forget my family. From the crown of our head to the sole of our feet, we need your blessing and protection. Tvameva Mata, everybody.
Pita Tvameva,
Tvameva Bandhuscha,
Saka Tvameva,
Tvameva Vidya,
Dravidam Tvameva,
Tvameva Sarvam.
Mahadeva Deva,
Tvameva Sarvam.
Mahadeva Deva.
Om Shanti,
Shanti,
Shanti.
Hari Om.
Prem se bolo Mahapati Mahadeva ki, Pavanaputra Hanuman ki, Shri Adi Shakti Mata ki, Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki, Jai. Satya Sanatan Dharma ki, Jai. Jai Jai, Sitaram. Sitaram everybody.